Weston, Missouri, which is skipping a jump from Kansas City, Kansas, I believe. And maybe the next day we might hit J. Rieger. Doing some good things there as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got a bottle of J. Rieger whiskey several years ago. That's all we can say. Well, we got it. I mean, I'm not overly crazy about it, but that was before we got back to revisiting some bottles in our collection. So, I believe I saw that they actually have a bourbon whiskey now. Don't know if they didn't have it back then. Do you?
I don't know that they had it back then.
I don't know, but I think from a quick little bit of research I did on both of the companies, it looks like they're both kind of like some really good history and background. And I believe I probably may be wrong, so I don't even know why I'm speculating what I thought I remember. But the Holladay Distilling Company, I think, was the first resurrected distillery in Missouri after Prohibition, I believe.
That very well could be.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll find out. I mean, there's stories on the website and all that stuff, but it'll be more fun to kind of see it live. So then, what's our ultimate goal to get to, babe?
In Texas?
Yeah.
Fang and Feather, and still Austin, and Balcones.
Oh, Fang and, wait, back up. Fang and Feather, which is
the Whiskey Tribe.
Whiskey Tribe. To go see those magnificent bastards.
Rex and Daniel.
Yep. So when we first started watching YouTube channels or whatever videos on bourbon, whiskey, those two are the ones we watched.
Yep.
So Whiskey Sommelier and
the Mooch.
Whiskey Mooch. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, but going back to where you said, so we're gonna head Missouri and then maybe hit Waco, Texas, because what's in Waco, Texas?
Magnolia.
Well, yeah, Magnolia Market, the Silos, Chip and Joanna Gaines, but what distillery's there?
Still Austin.
No, that's not.
Balcones.
Yeah, Balcones. Yeah, Balcones. So I think that's one of the largest Texas
Still Austin would be in Austin.
Yeah. So apparently, I think Waco, Texas, and Austin, Texas are about an hour and a half apart from each other. So then we can go see the Crowded Barrel, which is the only distillery in the country that's
crowdfunded.
Crowdfund source fund. Yeah. Anyway, and still Austin is down there. Never there. Iron Root is in that area.
Yep, somewhere.
I believe Treaty Oak might be too. Anyway, can you see I've already planned some stuff? Oh, and one extra little surprise. Hopefully, if we can make it happen this week. Waxahachie, Texas, where Meat Church is. Yeah, the rubs we like to get, the YouTube channel we like to watch called Meat Church. Anyway, we'll see how it goes.
Yep. We're going to take you along with us.
Yes, we will. Okay, that's it for now.
All right.
Take exit 20 toward Missouri 273 North, Tracy.
Tracy, Missouri? Missouri? We're going to Weston, Missouri? We're almost there. A couple more miles.
Yep, getting closer.
It's been 5 hours today?
Yeah, about that.
Maybe it's 5.5. 5.5 today, 3.5 last night. So about 9 hours. South of Benn to Weston, Missouri. Check it out. There you go, this spot for us. Yeah.
I was going to bring the drone, and I should have.
Guys, we made it to Holladay Distilling Tour it's kind of rainy, but it feels good. It's spring, May, mid-May, 13, 18, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I'm waiting for Mike to get out of the car. In the meantime, look at this. Cows enjoying their little pasture. But wait. But wait. There's more.
There's more.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we are here. We are finally at the Holladay Distillery. And we're going in for our tour, and it's a little sprinkling out and a little cool, so we've got our jackets on, but we will be heading in right now.
Yeah, we gotta wake up. It's a little tired.
All right, let's go.
Not yet. I'm gonna snuggle some more first.
Oh.
My glasses. That's not snuggling. This is snuggling. All right. Not too bad. I mean, it's kind of.
Yeah, got some cows out there.
So I don't know what this house is, but I don't even know if this is the right entrance. But I keep seeing people go in and out. So it says distillery tour there. Tours check-in, but everybody keeps going in that way.
Huh?
So which way do we go?
Probably the sign that says check-in.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, we must have been hearing everybody, huh? Oh, cute. How cute is that? Aw. So everybody was at the bar, that's why they were. Oh, how cute. Soft red. How cute is this place? Oh, look. I'll keep going.
I like these chairs. Ooh, actually I like these stools.
Good. We're here for the tour with Alex? Yeah, I'm Dawn. This is my husband, Mike. Yeah, just two of us. Yeah. Thank you. We were kind of napping.
I'm Alex.
How are you? We were like sitting in the car and we were so tired.
Yeah.
We went, I don't know, where were we at last night? Good grief, I don't even remember. Where was it? Oh, Illinois. I think we were
Springfield.
Oh, Springfield, Illinois. We think Homer Simpson was from Springfield, Illinois, I think. Nothing.
A Springfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're kind of on our trek down to like Texas. I mean, back up and around Peru and stuff. So,
Okay.
I mean, from northern Indiana, we're pretty blessed to be close to Louisville and Kentucky world. But we were like, hey, let's go on vacation. Let's go to distilleries. And so we were like, we are going to Holladay for sure. So this is a cool place.
Yeah.
My husband, Mike. This is
Mike,
Alex.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Tour guide, right? You know, I've
Yes.
seen these. I think I've seen these bottles in the liquor store. We just never knew really what they were. So we'll learn a little bit about this, huh?
Yep.
Of course, we're bourbon people, so we're just like,
Yeah.
what's this other spirit, you know? So, very cool. So, awesome. This is cute. We should have came in here and just slept out here.
Yeah, guys. We can go whenever you guys are ready. Feel free to grab a cocktail or anything.
Yeah, wow.
Of course, whatever you recommend.
So we have a menu here you could take a look at. Today we are featuring the West Coast Old Fashioned.
Oh, you had me at old.
So we have quite a few different ones, but the one that we are featuring today is, where is it?
Yeah.
Holladay Distillery.
Where is it?
How can I help you?
She doesn't remember.
It's like a Weston Classic.
Don't film that part. Oh, it's at Boulevardier.
Those are bottled here.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we've been watching this. We've been watching like spirit makers, whatever, this bartenders on YouTube, and I'm just like, I don't even know what this stuff even is. You know? But I saw it. I'm interested in the.
Oh, this is the one that's the special.
Oh, that's the one
we
you
have.
have. Yeah. Oh, that's why I want to try something that has that red wheat bourbon in it. So that's what that is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the soft red
yeah,
wheat.
Yeah, I'll try that.
You can take the golf cart.
Yeah.
All right, you do that one, and I'll do one of the other old fashions.
Oh, okay. Because old fashions is our jam, huh?
What are they gonna get? They'll do the soft red wheat, the special old fashioned.
The Western. Yeah.
Okay. And then which one were you gonna go for?
Yeah. Oh, did you say, babe? I'm doing that one, and you want to do a different one?
So this is like the typical old fashioned, the 1856. That's got the gum syrup and bitters. And
What is that?
So that's just the gum syrup is basically.
That's our rich, simple syrup. So that is, instead of just white sugar, we use brown sugar.
Oh, okay. Because I thought
Oh,
we
okay.
heard it as Demerara. Is that how they used to say it? The dark syrup? Is that similar?
It's
or?
similar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Surprises.
We also have like a blueberry Fields Forever if you.
Oh, you
like
know what?
something
I'll have that one, and then you do that. Want to do that instead? Oh, it's okay. You can drink it. Just one of those for sure.
Oh, okay.
And what
I'm going to have what she did order, and
Yeah,
now she's
yeah.
going to have what she's
Blueberry.
about to
Okay.
order.
something different, right?
Okay, yeah.
I can make that.
That's awesome.
So what's your name?
My name is Taylor.
Taylor? Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you, Taylor.
It is nice to meet you guys.
It is fun. I'm new here, so I'm still learning. So you're.
And what is your name?
I'm Michael, and this is Dawn.
And what is your guys' channel called?
Chasing Neat.
I know.
So normally we would have this neat, but we love old fashions.
Yeah. Well, you gotta be able to walk afterwards. You do that all the time, you know. No, we really, I mean, I've been bourbon for a long time, but it's just like, then we started this going to barber trail and all that stuff all the time, and our friends were like, where should we go? We go to Louisville. And I'm just like, okay, fine, you know what? I guess I'm trying to feed myself. We created a website, and we just, we're just like, we're photographers.
That's how it all began.
Yeah. So
Cheers.
And you're an accountant?
Yeah.
I'm a photographer. My husband's an accountant.
Oh, I love it. That's so funny.
Love it.
And what's your name?
Amanda.
Amanda.
All right, so it's 51. Holladay Distillery.
So what photography do you like to do best?
I actually help with our product photography here.
Oh, very cool.
I started out in weddings and families, and then quickly realized that that is a lot of work.
Yes.
A lot of weekends.
And I'm so happy that I have this one to keep all the brides in check.
Cat herding.
Yes, exactly. That's what it is.
I mean that in a loving way.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. We're getting ready to do our first quinceanera this summer, and I'm just like, that'll be interesting because we don't speak Spanish.
That would be fun.
Do you guys have quinceaneras around here? I mean,
Kitchener?
it's quinceanera.
Oh,
Quinceanera.
It's like a sweet 16 for 13-year-olds.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
But they're as big as a wedding.
Yeah, I'm
They're
from
a big
California.
deal.
There's
Oh.
lots of quinceañeras.
Yeah, we have a big Hispanic population in Elkhart because of the RV industry. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
yeah.
down by
Yeah,
our.
we've got some Waptail cups you guys can keep. So.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
It said
What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Chasing Neat.
Chasing Meat.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, we were just about bourbon, but you know, and we're now dabbling in just for bourbon.
yeah. It started out
Not that
as
clear
just a
stuff
place
so
to put all of our
Yeah.
photography stuff
Yeah.
because we'd go on tours and everything. And then people started asking us for recommendations or, tell us about your
Yeah.
visit. So we just started writing about it instead of just showing pictures.
Yeah.
And then our neighbors were motorcyclists and they had a YouTube channel. So that got us, and we got them hooked on bourbon.
Yeah.
And then the rest, we just started
Yeah,
filming
we're trying to
ourselves.
grow it,
And then this camera showed up last week. So this is the first time we've gotten to use this one.
Very cool.
Because we're Canon people and
Are you
Fuji
Canon,
people.
girl?
And now this is a Sony, so now we're
We
all.
love you anyway.
Yeah. I'm a Nikon girl, but I shoot Canon for here, so I kind of call myself photography ambidextrous.
That's right.
You shoot whatever they give you in your hand.
One of our good photography friends shoot Nikon, and the lenses go on backwards.
Yes.
So when you mount them, they screw on one way, and they screw off
You
the
have
other
to
way,
think-
and they focus
yeah.
the other way too. So it's like I could never use his camera. He'll give it to me and say, "Okay," it's like it's backwards.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna keep talking about photography.
All right.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Maybe we'll see you when we get done.
For sure.
What was your name?
Erica.
Erica.
And you two already did sign the waiver, right?
No, we
Did you give us the waiver to sign?
I didn't know
will sign the waiver.
Let's
We were talking.
See, she's new, but she learns.
She is. She's on it.
Right.
Oh, want to come over here?
All right.
So you're just signing your life away.
Nope, we're used to that.
Yeah, I got
That's why we have to have all of our models and brides at the.
It just basically
The
says,
studio
if I
do that.
hurt- If I get hurt, it's on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically that's the short.
We're gonna be here tomorrow for a little bit too, so.
Okay.
And we're gonna stay in Leavenworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leavenworth and then we'll.
That's not far at all. It's about
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes
Oh, okay,
from
good.
here.
Awesome. Yes, put the waiver in here. Oopsie.
Well,
Great.
Alec is the bourbon extraordinaire.
Good. We like Alec.
And he's going to show you and teach you everything.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Sure.
Right on.
I'm ready. Okay.
All right, right this way.
Thank you.
There's more to the room.
Excuse me, sir.
Awesome. Thank you.
So how'd you start here, Alex?
I started here
Alec.
probably
Alec.
5 years ago. My aunt worked up here, and she said they needed tour guides, so I joined. I've been here ever since.
Oh, fun. Are we getting in here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not all driving. How about maybe? Oh my gosh. So your aunt got you all involved, huh? Nice. I know. We always say if we quit our day jobs, we will become tour guides at some distillery. We don't care whose.
Oh yeah, it's a really fun job.
Yeah. People are always happy to be here, you know, at places and.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very good vibe.
Yeah. I like it.
We'll have like live music out here sometimes on the weekends.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think of all the different distilleries we've been to, it's just like, it seems like the distilleries are now starting to do a more of a vibe of not just coming and doing a typical tour, but, you know, making party event space. Like Jeff the Creed had a real nice one in Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Yeah.
And, of course, Castle and Key has a really great venue, space, whatever. But, I mean, it's just like a Jim Beam and stuff, it seems a little less event-centric, you know?
Yeah.
Although they did just recently upgrade a bunch of things there. We haven't been there since 2018, but
Yeah.
cool. So have you been much on trail on trips anywhere?
No, not really. I
Yeah.
really want to get out to Kentucky and
Yeah.
do the whole Bourbon Trail. But,
Yeah. Those hops get a jump for us, really, but for you.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. 1856. You have to get a secret password to get in.
yeah.
Oh, it's just Alec.
Oh yeah.
So how many rick houses are on the property?
There's 3 on the property. The small one is our original barrel warehouse, and that was built in 1905 to hold 2,000 barrels, and now it's our executive office.
Oh, cool.
So really cool spot in there. Most of our barrels are going to age inside warehouse C and warehouse B, right?
Okay.
Nice. So is there? I mean, so there's 3 on the property. Are there more other place? Is there some place?
Nope. As far as Holladay goes, this
Yeah.
is it right
Okay,
here. So everything's
gotcha. Yeah.
completely in house.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we sit on about 180 acres here. The house up front we acquired in 2010, and that used to be the tobacco warden's house.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
So
There's somebody we stopped out. I don't know where we were. Stopped at a grocery store and they're talking about because it's being kind of big tobacco industry in this area.
yeah, big time.
Okay.
Weston was like kind of got its start from tobacco, sending goods out west.
Look how this place is huge.
Oh yeah, we were.
I mean, it's kind of
This is-
deceiving, you know, right?
I wondered where you had all this.
It's all tucked down.
Yeah.
away. Looks like we're set up for a little event in here.
Oh yeah.
So cool. What a great idea. I mean, you got to use the space while you can, right?
Yeah, so we'll print this out for all kinds of special occasions. We also do public events out here from time to time. We had a Christmas bar, Halloween bar, Chief Watch parties, all kinds of fun stuff.
That's really cool.
I love those barrels up there.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, aren't these cool? So those are all full. We loaded them up with the barrel hooker right here.
They are?
That's so cool.
Oh.
So this being, we know that this Oakland Holiday is Balvin and Mon, but you guys aged 6 years. Why did you guys decide 6 years versus just 44? Yeah. Is there like a story behind that, I guess?
Yeah, we tested it at 4 years. Our master distiller Kyle Markman decided that a few years would be good for it. So
Yeah.
plus that's also when the pandemic and stuff started.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
we
It's
just
like-
kind of let it age, and I'm glad we did. I think
Yeah.
the 6-year mark is
Yeah.
really hitting a good sweet spot.
That's great. Yeah, I never even thought about that, but some of the timing of that probably makes sense, doesn't it?
Yep.
Everybody wearing masking and trying to sip something new,
Yeah.
you know, so
Yeah.
that's very cool though.
Exactly.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Well, I've got a quick video to play for you guys.
Oh, great.
So go ahead and grab a seat wherever you like. I'll go over there and play it. The story actually goes all the way back to 1804. Lewis and Clark came through this area on their expedition west. They're the ones who charted the limestone springs that lay on our property. Later on, Benn Holladay, he was a man from Kentucky. He opened up several businesses here in Weston, and then he started a stagecoach business out of here and have trade routes out west. And while he was reading their journal entries about this area, he saw there was limestone springs here, and being from Kentucky, he knew that that was the perfect water to use when making bourbon. So him and his brother started distilling in 1856. The distillery has switched hands several times, and in 1942, McCormick Distilling bought this place. So we've been under the McCormick umbrella ever since then. From 1985 to 2015, we weren't distilling anything on site. That was kind of our hiatus. You know, the mid '80s bourbon wasn't super popular, but it's definitely back now.
Vodka. It's
And
clear spirits.
Yeah, it's a vodka, all that flakes vodkas and whatnot. So bourbon's back, and so are we. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through our entire watered bourbon process. And
good.
Naturally, we're going to start out with the water. So we'll head over to our main cistern. I'll show you where we source all of it.
All right. Yeah.
Like this is so bizarre and cool at the same time. Like I know you guys did like a private tour for us, but it feels like where are all the people? You know?
Yeah.
But I guess it is Friday. Like
It's Friday and it's a wet Friday,
yeah,
so.
and,
Yeah,
but I'm not complaining. I love it.
not too bad. We got about 150 employees on site. A lot of that was to be in the bottling. So as far as really good, we only have like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the original cistern. Whenever Benn Holladay bought this property, there was several buildings on site already, but he needed a place to store all the water. So they started digging this in 1849, didn't finish until around 1856. So it is 15 feet across and 35 feet deep. We can store over 45,000 gallons of spring water. Limestone is very rich in minerals like calcium, magnesium. It's a very porous rock, so the water will flow through it, those minerals get added, and that's going to provide the yeast with the essential nutrients it needs to thrive. Limestone also removes impurities like iron out of the water, which would make your whiskey taste bitter, so this is why it's the most ideal water to use with bourbon. So we will take around 3,000 gallons of water out every day for every batch of bourbon we make. And the water level never gets much lower than it is right now. We're connected to 7 different springs right around the grounds, and these springs are extremely active. So we never have to worry about the water level, even during big droughts. But from time to time, it can get up to the wood, and then we'll have to let some drain down the creek so it doesn't overflow.
Okay.
But this is the actual, you pump out of here is what I'm.
Yes, correct,
Okay.
yeah. So the pumps are right there.
All right.
We'll pump it into our boiler room. gets went through like a sand filter, just removing sediment, and it's going to be mixed in with our granny sediment.
So obviously we know that the limestone is in the area in Kentucky and Canada. Is limestone pretty common in Missouri in general?
It's not super common in Missouri. There's a lot of limestone in certain parts, and limestone actually forms from an ancient seabed. So, you know, a long time ago, you know, Kentucky and parts of Missouri were underwater.
Okay, interesting. Because like my husband went to IU, and you guys have limestone quite a bit in Bloomington.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I just, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, you know,
The entire school is limestone.
Yeah, I never really paid much attention to limestone and all that stuff until you start, you know, drinking bourbon. You gotta learn all the stuff, right? Yeah, and so you get bourbon people together, they start talking about all the stuff, right? And, you know, stuff we're talking more about the taste and the proof than we are more about limestone. But it's just kind of interesting. As we get through it and do it more often, it's like, okay, we can't just go through here, these tours just to go through tours. Let's go through tours. Let's actually learn some more of this. Yeah. But that's very cool. Yeah. So what if you don't bring the one up?
No. It's we'll play like a game down here where everyone throws a coin, and then you get a free koozie if you make the coin in the bucket.
Yeah, I love that stuff. That's very cool. Oh, I see. The koozie over there. That's hilarious. Awesome.
Holy is kind of cool because they probably removed a lot of the rock using that hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's
Oh, it's original?
Yeah. And you can see our picture right here. We drained it to make sure it's all structurally sound.
Oh, yeah.
And in the picture, you'll see there's like 50 feet of limestone and then 20 feet of shale, which is basically red rocks.
Oh, so here.
They took a while building this because, you know, all they had was like hand tools and dynamite. They had to dig it all out by hand.
So when they weren't making bourbon for all those years, before you guys started making bourbon again, I mean, what was this building used for? Was it just abandoned?
Nothing really, Storage. There was a big concrete lid over this.
Oh, okay.
And this actually used to be part of I think our accounting office. Actually, a lady had her desk like right under this.
My people.
Like, right over.
Your people.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I just kind of wonder, like, you know, when it hasn't been used forever and it gets resurrected, or repurposed or reused, it's like, what was it doing in the meantime, you know?
Yeah, it was just you know, just sitting there. Brick houses were empty. We even thought about taking them down at one point because there's kind of a fire hazard. Luckily, we did it, and then we made the decision to go back to bourbon. Warehouse B, we actually found a barrel in there that had been the entire hiatus.
Oh, so the lost barrels.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Well, and that's what kind of blows my mind, I'd be honest with you, with master distillers, who they just go, okay, I got this taste profile on my head, and I'm just like, how do you compartmentalize that? Because being an accountant, I'm like, debits and credits, this goes here, this goes there, but to think of a taste profile that's in your taste buds and such, that blows me away, I'll be honest.
Oh, yeah. Those are people with good tasters.
Yeah. Oh, this is exactly what it tastes like in 1856.
Yeah.
Our neighbor, you told me, I was telling you guys about how we started, and our neighbor is starting with their motorcycle channel.
Yeah.
Well, we invited them to our studio for a tasting, and you know, the husband liked it. The wife was very reluctant.
Yeah.
And we've got a video of her, you know, literally making a face. She's the best one of our group with her sense of taste, smell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her palate is, she could be a taster.
Yeah, I'm like,
and it's just so funny because it's 180 degrees from where she started.
Fun stuff though.
Yeah.
That's funny, I'm definitely not as like a sommelier by any means. You know, it's I don't see how people can pick up all that stuff. That's pretty impressive.
It's like we all sit around tasting, and everyone waits for her to say what she.
She's like,
it's like, what do you think?
It smells like incense. We're like, no, it doesn't. And we're like, oh my gosh, it really does. Nice.
Got all of our barrels entering our still house here.
Nice. Look at that. Do not enter with an authorized personnel only, unless you were escorted by the best. Oh my! Oh, smell that.
Oh, this reminds me of Castle and Keys walls.
Yeah, these are an original walls built in 1839. One of our original buildings. So there's been an awful lot of distilling going on here over the years.
Yeah.
And look how thick those walls are.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
They're pretty neat. We'll store all of our grain right here. We use 3 of those sacks for every batch of bourbon we make. That's our corn. In Missouri bourbon, we're using all Missouri corn and all Missouri oak. The grain's ready to go when we get it in here, so we'll just lift it up with a forklift, start dumping it in these augers, and that'll take it into our cookers in the next room up there. The cookers are about 15 feet tall, so we'll have to auger it up and then dump it in.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna mix it in with the spring water, start cooking the batch bourbon.
Smells delicious.
So right here, this is our barrel filling station. We'll get our raw distillate off our still, run some tests on it, cut the proof down to 118, and then our 2 cylinders right there are weighted. So basically when they're both completely full, that amount goes into one 53-gallon barrel.
Oh wow.
Both go in?
Both of them, yep. All these barrels are from Lebanon, Missouri, from Independence Stave, down by the Ozarks, and they actually supply most bourbon distilleries with their own.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say Missouri's got good wood.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so
That's so
most
cool.
of these oak barrels are from Missouri.
Wow.
We'll put the lot number on the front. That gives you the date this was filled up. So we have 2023. There'll be a letter that corresponds with the month, so this would be May the 19th.
Okay.
I'd like to point this out. This stands for Distilled Spirits Plant, Mo5, meaning we're the 5th in Missouri.
Okay.
There's thousands of plants in Missouri now, so if you got a license tomorrow, you'd probably be DSP 1500 something
Really?
or other.
Yeah.
And we actually have no idea who number 1 through 4 is because so many records were destroyed over Prohibition.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
So luckily, while that was going on,
I thought you were going to say the war, but no, it's Prohibition.
No, the suffrages and whatever else it is. Yeah, that's cool though. Yeah, you said 1,500. It surprised me that there was that many DSPs in Missouri, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I think we went to Green River Distilling last fall, and they were what, DSP 8, 10, or something like that, whatever. And we were like, what? Because you don't really remember them being a player in this area, but they're like the guys who make stuff for everybody else, the contractors, right?
Yeah.
Do you guys do any contract distilling for anybody?
I think we might in small batches.
Yeah.
I don't think it's from here though. It might be another location of ours that's doing that.
Gotcha. Yeah, interesting.
I wonder if the McCormick brand does it for the other spirits.
I don't know, but I mean, I just kind of surprised when I
Kind of like Heaven Hill.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
So, actually, when we were distilling during Prohibition, making medicinal, selling at pharmacies. So that's kind of how we stayed alive during those times.
And we are glad that you guys did too.
So you stayed alive, you stayed in operation during Prohibition, but there was that period of time where you stopped.
Yes.
Because,
Now, before
Benn
that
went on.
hiatus, we were like the longest continuously running distillery in the U.S. and we're the oldest distillery west of the Mississippi River.
because Louisville and Kentucky's on this side.
That's right.
Oh, and Indiana, MGP.
Yeah, everything else is right
We
over
like to
there.
I always tell, I said, we like to tease, there's a lot of good Kentucky bourbon that starts in Indiana.
Yeah.
But we don't hate.
We've had a lot of, Kentucky people come out
Okay.
here. Yeah, all
Nice.
kinds of different distilleries.
Very cool.
And one thing a lot of them say is that they wish they had the Missouri weather.
Oh, yeah.
Because we get a little more temperature variance than they do over in Kentucky.
Yeah, the ups and downs makes for good barrel aging.
Come to Northern Indiana. We had snow and hot and spring weather, like wet weather, all at the same time, like within literally a week this year.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
Yeah, I was kind of doing that a little while ago, and now it's going to get really hot.
Oh yeah, I know. We're from Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be really hot.
Very cool.
All right, so we got our 3 different mash bills right here. The one with the rye on the front has been Holladay's original mash bill. It's going to be 73% corn, 15% rye, and then 12% malted barley. So we're using yellow corn. Most of it's from a farm that's like 15 miles from us.
Okay.
Corn's going to add the
That's
some
right. You guys have
sweetness.
everything is from Missouri, which I love. I love that.
But yes.
Does that give you
so
some kind of
it's
special accolades? Like, I mean, I don't know. It's a definitely good thing to put for branding and marketing, right? It's like everything's made in Missouri.
Yeah.
Not one bit of it's from China.
Hopefully.
all one
That's cool.
location.
Yeah.
Like to help those farms out.
Now, does that? I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to stop you. But if everything's done in Missouri, is there some kind of a guidelines for just in order to be Missouri whiskey? Does everything have to be made? Everything have to be done in Missouri?
Yeah. So the Missouri bourbon law was passed in 2019.
Okay.
It has to be distilled, aged, and bottled all in one location in the state of Missouri using Missouri corn and Missouri oak.
Okay. Cool.
So, yep, Missouri corn. It's going to be adding sweetness, gives that bourbon its grainy edge. We're using European rye, which will add spicier notes like tobacco, cinnamon, and pepper. And then our malted barley contains an enzyme that breaks down starches into fermentable sugars during our cooking process.
Nice.
This is our soft red wheat. Same mash bill, but instead of rye, we use 15% soft red winter wheat.
That's considered a wheated bourbon then?
Yep. So it's gonna have a little more mellow flavor. That wheat's gonna add some more sweetness to the mix.
Okay, cool.
Not gonna get all those spicy notes you get from the rye.
Yeah.
Now that's not your red wheat, right?
This is our red wheat.
Oh, it
Yep.
is?
Yep.
I thought it'd be red.
Yep. Nope.
I think it's red on the outside.
Yeah. I actually don't know.
I don't either.
what it
Like they
looks
talk
like,
about
really.
the Bloody Butcher corn.
Now that I do know is
That's
red.
red. Is
Yeah.
that red?
Yeah, that's bright red.
Yeah. Kind of like
But-
blood oranges. It really is blood.
But the inside, the starches, I'm sure is probably, well, I don't know what the inside would be. I know the outside's red because I've seen it. But
Interesting.
So this particular wheat, soft red winter wheat, it's kind of hard for us to get enough of it in to be able to make this. But luckily for us, there's a lot of it grown in North Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas
Okay,
areas.
sure.
So we'll take it from there.
is the rye local? I missed that.
And the rye is from Europe.
Okay.
And then most of our
I heard
barley-
Europe, but I thought it was just a variety, not where it was actually grown.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Northern Europe is where we're getting it from. Our malted barley is mostly from Wisconsin.
I feel like that's where a lot of barley comes from. That's what we've been hearing, I think.
Yeah, barley I don't think grows well high temperatures.
know.
So that's why North Dakota makes, I think, a lot of barley.
Oh, interesting. Oh, okay.
This is our Platte Valley corn whiskey. So bourbon, I'm sure you guys know, has to be aged in a brand new barrel every time. Get the best, notes from the barrel that way. But we'll reuse that barrel to age this, our Platte Valley corn whiskey, for 3 years. After that, a lot of our old barrels will be sent over to Boulevard down in Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
They'll make barrel-aged beers and whatnot with it.
Which is what I saw on your menu. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So that barrel quad is pretty
Really
good.
cool. That's cool. I'd love to see that. Like what's really cool is to do those kind of collaborations, kind of like that, are very cool. Like that's what Bardstown's doing right now, and all
Yes,
that, and all
exactly.
those guys are doing that.
So that'll be
Hey.
fun. We hope to do some more stuff with them.
Hey, it's another machine.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're one here first.
Yeah, so right here, this is the whole process. First thing I want to mention, we have a dual cooker setup. Not many places do that. I know like Makers, I think, some other places. But it's more cost efficient to throw all your grain into one big cooker, cook it all together. But Benn Holladay, we cook the corn at a higher temperature than the other grains to get the best flavor out of the mash.
Yeah, there are only a few that do that. Can't think of any of them, but I know there's. Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, definitely an older
Yeah.
method. But we'll cook it, dump all the good small grain into the big cooker to cool down together. And then when it gets below 80 degrees, it'll be safe to add in the yeast. So we'll add that in and then move it into a fermentation tank. It's gonna spend the next 3 days there. And by the end of those 3 days, that yeast will have consumed all the sugar, produced alcohol, and the entire mash ends up being around 89% alcohol per volume. So we call that distiller's beer. We'll put it in the beer well and start running it through our column. We will get our white dog that we use to fill the barrels. And at the bottom of our column, we separate whole stillage and thin stillage. So this first screen will filter out the solid part of the mash, which is whole stillage. That's basically your leftover grains. And that's a good feed for livestock. So we have 2 times a day where local farmers will come through and take their grain home to their cattle free of charge.
I'm not so sure I ever, maybe I didn't pay attention, it being called distillage. I knew it was just like, yeah, we give this to the hogs, you know, that stuff. But
Yeah.
see, well, I learned something, or maybe I'm just paying attention to it more.
So
Yeah,
that's
I guess
the
so.
You
thicker
know-
part, whole stillage.
Green River called it slop. Remember when we walked in?
Yeah.
There was a sign.
Yeah.
There was a sign at the gate that said no slop
No
today.
slop today.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Pigs,
love bacon
cows.
too, so I'm just
Yeah, we got really happy cows.
yeah, for real.
Yes.
The thin stillage is the liquid part, and that's gonna be going back inside the 2 cookers along with
Okay.
the next batch of grain.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet.
Sour.
No, sour.
Sour mash.
Yeah.
That's right.
I always
Yeah.
get those confused.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, sour mash.
That's
So-
what that becomes then. Okay. I know. I just didn't realize they really recycled all that. So, I mean, it's like friendship bread, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like friendship,
Exactly.
a friendship bourbon.
Yep.
Exactly, yeah. And so this is going to help that mash become more acidic. That way it'll be more resistant to bacteria.
Yeah.
And it gives the yeast a good environment to thrive in. So we do there.
Very
We'll
cool.
go ahead and see it all
Oh,
in action right over here. We did a huge renovation back in 2015.
Okay.
Get all this in here. We can control and monitor everything going on in this room right there on that screen.
Yeah, that's my background is industrial automation and stuff. So every time I see a panel, it's like, oh, it brings back memories. Then I start getting those itches.
But, like the people who are operating this, are those the master distillers, or there's other people who are doing that? Master distiller only comes in.
There's
at a certain point in
distillers,
time?
yeah. Kyle will kind of oversee everything
Yeah.
going on to make sure it's running smoothly, which,
Yeah.
you know,
Everybody's
yeah, it's been
involved.
at it for 6 years now. So.
Yeah. So where does his background come? Is he coming from another distillery, or?
Yeah, he came from MGP in Atchison.
Yeah. We
So-
like him already.
Yeah, he was doing our vodka there for a little while, and
Then he came over to the
here
good
as soon as
side.
we started distilling bourbon. Yeah, so he's a much happier guy
I
now,
bet.
going from the clear spirit over to bourbon.
Bourbon's
Yeah.
the bomb right now, right?
So you're asking me to distill all the flavor out of this, right? Okay.
That's exactly what he says. You know, there's no flavor in vodka, so it can be pretty boring.
That's right.
And then you want me to add flavor back in it.
Yeah.
Via the barrel.
Yeah. Well, no, I meant the vodka,
Oh,
the
I
flavored
gotcha. The
strawberry, pineapple.
But you got to have a revenue stream while you're waiting for
Well,
bourbon
yeah.
to age.
Yep, exactly. So
We don't fault
that's
any
what we got.
bourbon
No.
people for making vodka and gin
Yeah.
to a point.
But I gotta be honest with you. Now that we have so much bourbon in our collection, I will go out and buy. All the cocktails I drink.
Oh yeah, we always
are
buy
non-bourbon.
our craft distillers, gins and
Yeah.
vodkas to support them,
Yeah.
or to clean the tables.
Yeah, mostly because we know we like our old fashions,
Yeah.
how we like them, right? Oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna try yours. Yeah, forgot you had old fashioned. That's good.
I forgot what I couldn't hear what she said about the.
The syrup is
Syrup.
gourmet.
Gome syrup.
Gome?
That's what I
G-O-M-E?
call it, yeah.
Okay. She said it was kind of like
Gome.
brown sugar.
It's like a brown sugar
Yeah.
simple syrup.
Yeah.
And I
So it's
think
not
that's the
those
same
little
thing as-
guys in the garden with the hats.
No, that's gnome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I think I don't know if gome syrup is the same as demerara syrup, which is kind of another one that's brown. sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway,
As long as it's yummy, I'm happy.
we have to
Yeah.
Google it now.
She does a good job with the syrups. We have one. It's like a rum root beer syrup.
I saw that on the.
Yes.
Oh, maybe afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Well, that's a really good one.
Nice.
Yeah, cookers are right here. We're using steam as a heat source. There's coolers on the inside as well, so we can get it to the right temperature. And then we can move it into a fermentation tank with pipes right beneath
So
the
this,
floor.
not to interrupt you, but you've got the smaller and the bigger, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just double checking the
Yep,
graphic
so,
out there.
So all your small grain, the multiple barley, and either the rye or wheat, we'll cook inside it here at 150 degrees for about 15 minutes. We cook the corn at 210 degrees for 30 minutes.
That's it.
Yep, just a real quick cook. You're going to change a lot of the molecules, like the starches in that grain, gelatize it, and get it ready for fermentation that way. So what I like about our setup here is that we got this platform. We can actually walk up and look inside and talk to it.
There's a pre-fermentation.
Right now we're making our soft red bourbon, which will change with our schedule. We're still at 6 days a week. Right there's the batch we made today.
Okay.
So fermentation hasn't gotten going yet. All that foam you see on top is basically like the head of a beer.
Yeah. So how long does it take to get to this point in one day?
Not very long. It'll probably take a couple hours.
Okay.
Dump all the grain in there, get it cooked, and then ship
How
it
big is
over.
this container?
5,000 gallons.
5,000 gallons. Okay.
So it goes probably 10 feet beneath the floor
Okay.
at least.
Yeah.
So So right here, this is
Oh,
what
then
we
the good
made
stuff.
yesterday. Yeah. This is it boiling or being cooked or anything.
And all
That,
of the bits are coming out.
yep, that yeast will consume the sugar, releasing alcohol and CO2 gas. So that's what forms all the bubbles. This reaction is exothermic, so if you take your hand and feel right over the top, you'll really feel a lot of heat coming off of this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Make a lot of friendship bread on that.
Oh yeah.
Friendship
You know,
bread.
I've never felt the temp
Oh yeah?
on any of the tours.
Yeah, so
That gets warm.
it's a lot of heat coming off.
Yeah.
And especially back in the day, they would only ferment whenever the weather would allow it, because in the summertime it's just going to be too hot to keep the yeast alive the whole time. This tank, whenever it gets to 80 degrees, there's coolers on the inside that kick on and start cooling it down. So if you want, take your finger and just feel the water.
Oh my gosh.
Is that surprising how cool it is?
Yeah, that is very weird. Hot and then super cool.
Oh yeah.
I was not surprised at.
And you guys can give this a little taste if you want.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet, not too interesting.
Yeah, I love that. Whenever I was like, how did that go during COVID? You guys didn't do that for a while, didn't you?
We did. I don't think we gave tours during COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
But the thing
That's
is,
really sweet.
it'll reach such a high proof in that column that whatever
yeah.
germs
Yeah,
are-
right. I
You're
know.
making alcohol. It kind of kills everything.
And I'm telling you,
Exactly, yeah.
people like tours to be interactive.
Yes.
We've been chasing like this all the time, you know. I remember the first time
so-
we did that, we're like, we're all gonna do that? That's gross.
It's fun seeing some people's response to that.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah. I know we go super judgy. We do get very super judgy with your perfect friends, but you start talking about it, you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, I work for a distillery. I'm gonna quit my day job and work for a distillery. Isn't doing this people fun.
Oh yeah. Very fun down here. Yeah, stick right here at the end of the
Yeah, good. Well, that job.
And then this one's been here over 2 days now,
A
so
little less active then.
a little less active.
So how's it going? Is it getting from there to there, or no, it's just sitting here for 3 days?
It'll just sit in the same
Okay,
tank.
gotcha. It's not like it's going here. It's 2
Yeah.
different days.
And since it's a 3-day process, we can distill a batch
Yeah.
and then add in a new
Yeah.
batch and just keep the cycle going.
Nice.
But at this point, this should get around 6 to 7% alcohol per volume.
Oh,
I
it's
see.
so and it's so cold.
Is it cold?
Yeah,
You might see how that kind of tastes like a beer.
yeah. Sweet. Now it tastes like beer.
Oh, it's thick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Not as good as the finished product.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
All right, this is a beer well. So all of our distillers beers can be put in here. You can see that boat prop at the bottom.
Yeah.
Keep it all stirred up as it's entering the column.
And this, do you guys ever? So if they were to make beer, would they take it from here?
Yeah, you would just filter out the grains.
Good thing. Because
Yeah.
I think that's what Altec, which is Town Branch, they do.
Yeah.
Either their bourbon barrel ale blah blah blah's version or the bourbon.
They just add a few hops here and there, and
Yeah.
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 So exactly, we added some hops to that.
Oh, is that what? Okay.
Yeah.
So you got just hop by definition. Does beer have the hops in it? No.
I don't know.
well, there's a reason they put the hops in, and I can't remember why, but it's essentially the same process. That's why they call this a wort.
A wort?
A wort, which is German for the mash thingy.
Yeah,
But
gotcha.
anyway, this is the
yeah.
good. This is the important thing.
Yeah, this is our distillation column. So
This is it.
from
This is the thing.
Vendome Copper Works.
God, look how
Louisville,
tall that is.
Kentucky. It's a 50-foot tall column. There's 20 copper trays on the inside. So the beer enters the top of the still. Steam will be pumped in through the bottom. And so all the steam is going to heat up the copper plates. It's going to start condensing on the copper and continue to rise. By the time the steam is making its way to the top, the temperature up there will be under the evaporation point of water, but above where alcohol starts evaporating around 173 degrees. So our vapor that gets to the top gets directed into this condensing pipe. That's going to shock it back into a liquid state, and then we'll get a nice clear liquid pouring out of this box. This is our low wine box. Our low wine usually ends up around 120 proof. And to further refine it and up the proof a little bit, we'll run it through the doubler. And so there's a coiled pipe on the inside. The distillate will travel through, steam surrounds that pipe and distills it a second time. Our high wine is going to be pouring out of this box at around 130 to 140 proof. You can't distill bourbon any higher than 160 proof. It has to enter the barrel at 125 proof or below. We will cut ours down to 118. That's just what
That's your
works.
sweet point for a holiday.
Yes. Yep. Now this hasn't been cut down yet, so it's right around 130 right now. You see, it all starts out completely clear. Well, all that color and flavor, it's
Gotta like the white dog.
Charred barrel.
Nice. Here, I'll let
Yeah, it's not bad.
you ever try to drink it? You can't drink the whole thing.
Oh, that's nice and sweet. I like that.
It's pretty sweet. Yeah, this is our wheat mash.
Good.
Yeah, I like that.
This is the best perks of the job, right, Alec?
Oh yeah,
There you go.
perks of the job.
Nice. This isn't considered white dog at this point?
That's actually good. I mean, I'm not a big
For
white
white
dog
dog?
fan,
Yeah.
but
Oh, that's a shame.
did you just?
That's a shame.
No! That is a party foul.
Party foul by Alec. or wait. Or per the company's regulation.
Well, yeah.
I know, can you imagine this? There's no way. Oh my God. Yeah.
Everyone's gonna replaying that on the video, going,
Yeah.
"There's gonna be a spike," and everyone's gonna go, "No!" Anyway,
So much.
but so this goes way down.
Yeah.
Goes down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I feel like not a
Terribly
lot of
far.
distillers have really tall column stills. Like the ones we know for sure, Journeyman. I've seen Journeyman.
No, I have not.
We had some New York with Michigan. It's maybe 45 minutes from South Bend, Indiana. So they got that. Who else has a really? Castle and Key has a really tall one too.
Old Forester has a huge one.
Yeah, well, Old
and
Forester,
then
You know
Buffalo
what?
Trace
You're
just
gonna
has a
get
really
information.
wide one.
You're gonna let us know when you're there. What will be your tour guide?
Hey, that's good. That's good with me. I'll give you guys a call.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. That's great. I just love those things.
Yeah, we love this room. So, how old is this particular building?
1839.
Okay, and then these aren't original, obviously. So when were they put in? We saw some video of things getting put in through the roof.
Yep, and this was all 2015.
Okay, 20.
Yeah.
We even had to make a new section at the top.
Oh, I see,
all
yeah,
the distilling stuff.
It's kind of similar to what Green River was too. You know, they had to retrofit stuff in, you know, whatever. Yeah, I love that everybody's preserving that history for sure.
It was funny because she had mentioned the one in Three Oaks, Michigan, which is
Journeyman?
Journeyman. It's in my head. I have corsets. It's an old corset factory. It's huge, but it's an old corset factory. So every time I think of that place, that's all I think of. And then I have an old customer from the manufacturing days, which is right behind it. So I think of them. I can never think of their names. But anyway, their still actually was ordered by
Old 55.
Old 55 in Newton, Indiana. They came in, it couldn't fit
Yeah.
because it's in an old gym of a high school. So they sold it to Journeyman, and then they got a new one. It's so yeah. Every time we see a tall one, we always think of that story.
But see, where is Ben Dome? I thought Ben Dome was like out of a different country. But
No,
it's
it's
Old Kentucky.
yeah,
Why
it's
was I
American.
thinking it was Scotland? But anyway.
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
Scotland doesn't make anything
I
good.
Louisville, 'cause I remember thinking maybe I wasn't paying attention to the details on my tours because someone probably gave me a drink. But yeah, I mean, it's just Ben Dome sounds like it should be like a Kentucky thing. It should be more fancy than that. But
Yeah.
have you ever been to a tour in Ben Dome?
They don't do
No,
tours.
no.
They don't.
Uh-uh.
Oh. What about Independence Day? Do they do tours? You should do it.
I don't know if they do or don't.
Yeah.
Do they?
do.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Anyway.
And the Cooper tours are really cool too, because you get to learn about all the standards, how old the trees have to be. They have to be like
That'd
at
be
least 80
cool.
years old.
Yeah, that's one thing we have to do.
Yeah.
We were going to do one in Fort Wayne, Indiana, but then they closed last year.
Well, the only Cooper stuff we ever really saw was when we were at Stitzel-Weller,
Yeah.
which makes Blade and Bow.
Yeah.
Have you had Blade and Bow?
Honey.
Just drink,
Don't be knocking
just
bourbon.
drink Holladay.
Oh yeah, I love this. I like icons.
Yeah.
One thing I like to tell people, I just found out this not long ago, but the reason we use proof instead of just alcohol per volume comes from the proof test.
Oh.
Back in the day, you couldn't always trust these readings because you could tamper with the numbers and whatnot. So they would take some gunpowder, mix it in with the whiskey, and then set it on fire. And right at 100 proof or 50% alcohol is where you get a nice blue flame. If it's under proof, it's going to smoke, and if it's over proof, it's really going to flare up. So that's why 100 proof is like 50% alcohol, because it is 100% proven that it's at the right strength.
And I never quite understood why they do percent by volume versus, I just knew I had to do math.
Yeah.
I much prefer to
You know, it's those metric people.
Yeah. You should see us going, what's 57.2%?
Yeah.
Carry the one. Yeah. We need a calculator. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, the higher the proof, the better for me, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's awesome. I love this. Is my favorite part of all the tours. Are all
Yeah, love distills.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Now, is this original?
No, this is we bought it, but it was only back in like 2015.
Oh, okay.
We bought
Yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Our old distilling hall, you'll see segments of it laying around, and that was bought from Maker's Mark in the 1950s.
Oh, okay.
And we used it until our hiatus in 1985.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, cool.
Why not, right?
Oh, we're out.
Go down. Oh, now we're going down.
And it stopped raining.
Perfect.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, how are you?
I recognize one face.
I'm Heather. Nice to meet you.
We've been just, he's probably like, you stuck me on these guys, this is crazy.
We've had a busy day. We've had a big day of entertaining people. So hi. Nice to meet you.
Oh, sorry, I could have
Nice to
hold
meet
that
you.
for you. My goodness.
Awesome. You guys having a good time?
Yeah,
We're having a great time.
We love these. The older, the better, right?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So we've been on a lot of different tours. So it's just catching up with. We've got so much content that we're like, someone's got to edit.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just tough getting through
know,
that. But
it is.
I don't know. We kind of started our whole YouTube/blog journey just because we that's how we vacation.
Yeah.
Just constantly take
Very
pictures and stuff
fun.
like that. So.
And remind me, you guys are in Kentucky?
We're actually in South.
Oh no, you're in
South,
Indiana.
South
You're in
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, we're
Right,
at
okay.
Notre Dame. I went to Purdue. He went to IU. So
We met at Notre Dame.
we
It's
met at Notre Dame. Either you love or hate Notre Dame usually. But yeah.
No,
So we're learning a lot from Alec.
All right.
Yes, he's doing a great job.
Good.
He is the
good.
best.
And I will say, mine's the best drink.
What'd you have?
Whatever.
The old fashioned. She made it.
Okay. Yeah, Taylor can make a good old fashioned.
I know the box. I had blueberry something or other.
Yeah, the blueberry.
That's very good.
Actually,
Very good.
I like that. I don't like
You always
blueberries,
shy
but
away
that's
if it says
actually good.
blueberry, and it usually
Yeah.
never tastes like blueberry. It just
Yeah.
has blueberries on it.
Yeah, it's more for decoration.
It's aesthetics. Yeah.
Whatever. So.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy the
Thank
rest
you
of
so
your
much.
tour. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Got to get the shot.
Hold that. Oh, you can't hold it.
Like I said, this is the
That's
first time
also
for
a
this
problem with
camera.
being
So
photographers because you just see things in a different way.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about the angles and the lighting. It's like,
Yeah.
can I stand over here?
Yeah.
You're backlit. I need to stand over here.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
So.
For sure. All right, where are we headed?
So I'm just going to point out a few of our buildings, starting with our HR right here. This is a structural replica of Ben Holladay's mansion, which used to sit right across the street from us. There's a newer house there now that still has a limestone wall from the original property.
Damn neighbors.
Yeah. So we built that in the 1970s. The cool thing about Ben Holladay, it's not very well known in history, but he had a very interesting life. He even helped President Lincoln during the Civil War, helped move supplies, helped the war effort. And then after the war ended in the 1870s, he sold the entire stagecoach company for $3 million to a bank out of San Francisco known as Wells Fargo. That's actually where the stagecoach
we read
comes
that.
from. Yeah.
That's so cool. I mean,
That's a lot of money back then. $3 million.
Yeah, it's probably
I mean,
over 100 million nowadays.
and you think about the Civil War, how did the North win? It's communication railway, right? I mean, and all that stuff. So it's
Telegraph.
about, well, whatever. Well, there's that, but I'm just saying, just getting the communication.
Oh yeah.
And
Getting-
Ben
and
Holladay,
getting
he's a
getting
transport
troops,
guy, so
so-
he saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Which is why he kind of sold the whole thing, because he knew trains were going to take over anyway.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, the Pony Express only lasted for a couple months.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, up until then, it's like, oh yeah, this works.
That's right. That's also how vodka started, and then turned into something better. I'm just making it up now. Pony Express was a precursor to something better. That's what That's
Well,
the
I
connection
do
was
have
trying to make.
a cool kind of story. We had Michael Veach out here.
Oh yeah.
Bourbon historian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like him.
I'm a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
follower of his. Yeah.
So he's a cool guy. He kind of gave us a little history lesson. He was saying how the
Oh yeah,
early
he's got a
days-
lot of
He's got
information.
a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he does.
does. But in the early days of bourbon, 1780s and 90s, during the Whiskey Rebellion, people couldn't,
Damn
Washington had to move
Hamilton.
an army to Kentucky because they have to go through Appalachian Mountains.
Okay.
So Kentucky was kind of the Wild West, and they would make bourbon there because they didn't have to worry about taxes. Where on the East Coast you see clear spirits because they don't have to worry about the angel share, and they would get taxed on the still.
Of course.
And so they would load up all your bourbon on a flatboat, take it down river, and then sell it on Bourbon Street in New Orleans,
That's where that
part of
came from.
Spain. And then sell the lumber there because it's not seaworthy and you can't go back up river.
Yeah.
And then you would have your fastest horse there to take you back to Kentucky because there's river pirates and Native Americans. And and that's actually led to horse racing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so it's just.
I don't know if this is.
I'm gonna add to that.
Oh, you are?
I'm gonna add to that. So, in America, we race counterclockwise. Don't hold me to that, but which is opposite of what Europe or England at the time did. And the guy who started that did it on purpose as a thumbs up to Europe or England.
Like a thumbs
Yep.
up, like the-
Yep. So.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see because he has so much knowledge, and he and it's Matt and Mike Try Bourbon something or other on
Yeah.
their YouTube channel. They're growing too, which is kind of interesting because I do hope they gain more subscribers and viewers because he is so full of knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
But it's definitely a little step up from just the beginner bourbon drinker for sure. But it's just
Yeah, he's got a good
if you're a
palate.
history buff.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely check it
super
out.
cool.
Now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a history.
Yeah. So interesting. Very interesting. All right.
Follow on.
You digress. Hey, there's all clever. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we didn't know you guys were connected to McCormick, and so we started researching, and then we started researching all of the brands that they have, the labels. And it's like, oh.
Oh yeah, we have all kinds of products now.
I tell you, I mean, I think more historical distillery is. I think
Yeah.
this couple of trades for sure, and now Green River is one of our favorites as well, just because of that history as well. So, very cool.
Oh, this is very cool.
Yeah, so this is what Lewis and Clark charted on their Expedition West back in 1804.
Oh, okay.
They marked it down as a good drinking spot for horses and whatnot. The Missouri River that they were traveling on used to be right over this hill. So nowadays it's a few hills over in the west of Benn State Park, which we're kind of backed up against.
Now the river isn't here anymore because after the flood it moved.
Yes, yeah.
Naturally.
And we were trying to find on the map, say, why, we're not close to the river.
Yeah.
And then I started reading. Oh yeah, because it keeps changing. But that was weird.
So
nothing ever comes out of the groundwater?
no, it does. If you look closely, you can see some water dripping down. Some days it's more active than others. We're standing on a spring box that's connected into our main system. So you see all the water.
Of course, now most of the water is diverted to that because
The cistern?
yeah, because
yeah,
it's
'cause you wanna collect
yeah,
that.
it's collecting there, so that
Yeah.
it doesn't need to come out here anymore.
Gotcha.
Kind of like our sump pump. You know, it all goes to the sump pump because that's where it's sucking from.
We don't make bourbon out of that.
No. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very neat.
So Weston was established in 1837. Rancho Cave was built just a year later. And during those days, there was a port at the end of Main Street where steamboats could get in and out of town. And then Weston really took off during the gold rush. They call it Weston because it was the furthest town west in trade at the time.
Okay. West Trade. That's cool. I mean, you're pretty right on the border. So, yeah.
It's not named after Wes Smith.
Or Weston Price? No. Weston Price.
So right over here, this is where new barrels go. There's actually misters in the ceiling there. A couple times a day, we'll spray them with mist, help that wood swell and expand, make sure the
So
barrel's
these empty?
sealed by the time we fill it up. Yep,
Okay.
all these are empty right here. And we got the top of our old distillation column right there as well.
You know, it's so funny. I all these different nooks and crannies. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah, it is funny how no matter where we go, it's like, oh, the angle for the bride group there, and oh yeah.
Yeah, you cannot see it.
Yeah.
Good grief. So you've been hanging around for a while, huh?
Oh yeah.
So when did you start here?
I think 5 years ago, maybe a little over that now.
Now, how'd you get from wherever to here?
Well, I was working my way through college, and my aunt worked here at the time, so I found out they're hiring tour guides, and kind of just got on. Yep.
That's so cool.
But it's really cool. Now I do like other marketing stuff.
I was gonna say, was your degree in marketing, or is that what you're trying to do? What's that?
Computer science.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know. It's just like so funny.
That's what's cool about this sort of thing. There's a little something for everyone. If you're just into the bourbon itself or the history, you know. We have farmers come out here into the grains and whatnot, so a little something for everyone.
Right. Is this part of the property? This house? Is that part of
This is, yeah. This used to be like a governor's mansion of sorts.
Oh,
The president of our company lived there.
Okay.
It's kind of the good party house for back in the day, but now we've turned it into kind of like marketing and digital media area.
Nice.
We have a podcast that we shoot in there. So.
Yeah, we saw
really?
that. We haven't,
Oh, yeah.
we haven't been listening to it, but we're definitely gonna subscribe to it. So we're podcast people, aren't we?
Yeah,
We don't do
some good
podcasts.
stuff, and you guys are travelers, so you can just always like to throw it on in the car.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got 3 rick houses on our site. This is Warehouse C. It was built right around 1954 or so. It's 7 floors high, holds 12,000 barrels. We're pretty much at full capacity inside there right now. So we're working on filling Warehouse B, and that is the taller one right behind us. They built that in 1933, right at the end of Prohibition.
Oh, okay.
And we could store up to 10,000 barrels in there. Rickhouse A, that dates back to 1905. It used to hold up to 2,000 barrels, but now it's our executive office, and there's a small section up top where we can store 200 barrels.
Nice.
there's really, you know, not any rick houses like this outside of Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana. So these are engineered to make the best climate possible for aging bourbon. We're on the top of a hill. We'll open up the windows to get some air circulating through there in the spring and fall. And that siding is tin. That helps reflect sunlight.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get too hot during the summer.
I don't recall any rick houses looking like that. Do you?
I can't think of any now.
So, yeah, obviously, you know, here in Missouri, we get a really wide fluctuation in temperatures from season to season. We do get snow, yeah. So that's going to help the wood of the barrel expand and contract at the temperature. It's going to force molecules into the barrel. And we don't rotate our barrels or anything like that. So they're going to sit exactly where they are until they're done aging.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh, yes. It is a lot of work.
Yeah.
You also have to position that barrel just right in the rick house, make sure the bung is laying on top so it doesn't leak or anything. So yeah, it's definitely a process. Kyle will go through here and taste barrels from different sections constantly to figure out which ones are good candidates for our 1-barrel bourbons and what others we're going to take out to blend together. We actually have a blending chart on all of our Benn Holladay bottled and bond bottles.
Saw that.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So that'll give you the floor percentage of barrels that have been taken from each floor of this building.
Now, is there a sweet spot?
Yeah.
Is that what they pull for their single barrels?
We have pulled from several different floors for the single barrels. The sweet spot, there's some areas that we think might be the sweet spot, but you know, we're kind of just working as we go and trying to figure that out.
That's the data analytics spreadsheets.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, we were did we not listen to a little bit of a podcast while we're just kind of waiting a little bit? But anyway, well, so Maker's Mark has their BRT 0102, you know, they're all those things we all chase, right? Well, didn't realize BRT 01 and 02 were a high floor versus a lower, higher floor versus a lower floor. So I thought I remember them talking about that with Holladay, kind of, you guys kind of like this little sweet spot, sweeter. Well, more oak, I guess, more oak taste on top, higher level.
Oh, yeah.
But again,
so
it's that bourbon geek stuff, right?
No, I love it. So the bottom is a lot cooler and more humid than the top. You get hotter, drier temperatures out there, and that heat's really going to draw out a lot of the tannins and other molecules from the wood. So it's aging faster, but the proof's also going up. And you know, since you're aging that fast, it can become overly tannic if you're not careful. Whereas the bottom, it's kind of a slower aging, and they'll mellow out a little more. So we're making a 10-year called our Signature 10, and that's most of that is at the bottom of the warehouse.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Buffalo Trace keeps their Eagle Ray or 10-year at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you
And we like our
we
10
used to get
years.
that at
That's
the
our
grocery store.
sweet
You
spot.
can't get it now.
A 10-year is a sweet spot. It's
We were pretty fortunate. We could, because we got our Benn Holladay in Indiana. It was
the first release.
In our own hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we were happy about that.
Very cool.
Like you said, we're pretty lucky. We're pretty blessed with being have access to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's fun.
yeah. Super nice. Which is interesting that you guys started with a bottled and bond instead of just a non-bottled bond. You know?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do it right from the start, and then show that you're committed.
Yeah.
I feel like these should have been slightly different.
They're kind of awkwardly.
One, two, you know.
The run of a rise. You know how many stairs you would have to need if you made them shorter? You're not that steep, so.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, you know what they need? A vernacular.
No. Is that what it's called? Like in Europe they have the carts that go, or the little vehicles that go up the. Is it called a
vernacular? That's what I just told you.
I thought you said vernacular, not.
Oh, I may have pronounced it wrong.
Oh, the sweet smell of bourbon.
All right. Just watch your step. We have some rails on the floor here.
Nice. Super nice.
This is our favorite thing in the world.
That is.
History, bourbon, construction, engineering, drinks.
Great tour guide.
Well, thank you.
We'll take them.
So got all of our barrels in here. Our lift can take 3 up at a time. and that's the only mechanical lift in this building. We have to, plan how we're placing them for several reasons. You want barrels that are the same age, from the same season, spread throughout the building. You also have to make sure that the weight's being distributed evenly.
That's a plumb bob.
Oh,
Yeah, so we actually have one of those right in the
oh my gosh.
middle of this building. But yeah, so every barrel weighs 500 pounds going in. We have 7 floors above us right now, and we're pretty much at full capacity. So
That's great.
got to keep that weight even. Got to make sure the barrel is positioned a certain way, so when you roll it down the rick, it ends up with the logo facing up, with the bung right on top of the barrel.
That is such an art.
Whoa, wait, say that again. So like you specifically, if you don't roll it right, just to get the logo right, you do it again?
Yes. Got to take it, roll it out, and redo it.
I don't know if everybody does that, but I do see that they're all facing the right way. Very cool.
Yes, and we actually have a system.
I love it. Oh,
So these numbers is like, let's say this is an empty rick and you're loading the first barrel.
Yeah.
You're going to turn it facing 1 o'clock, raise it up on the forklift, and then push it down the rick. By the time it rolls at the end, it'll get face up. And then you go, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Once you get to 8, line the next one up at 1, and then the bung will be face up.
I love it.
I knew they had a system, but I've never ever seen this done,
Yeah,
and
never.
I'm glad you guys did. This is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So just one of those little things
Well,
that,
Yeah, no one
It's
does
attention
that.
to the
I mean,
details
they do
and-
the rotation, but no one ever shows that. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I don't necessarily remember or recall paying attention to whether or not the logos are up or down, but clearly these all are, especially because you pointed it out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Some of them are a little.
Yeah, a little bit, but for the most part, yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and this is cool too, because we always, because being, again, the
We like
technology
byproducts.
type part of thing that we like to do too, we love to see this kind of stuff too.
Yes. It's all in our computer
Oh, the
system.
spreadsheets.
Especially accounting on inventory day.
That's right. So, which reminds me, I was going to ask you about there. I mean, because they have such, I don't know what the laws are and all that, but they're taxed pretty heavily in Kentucky. Whatever. Do the same exact laws apply, do you think, in Kentucky as
A
they do
little
in
bit
Missouri?
different with the Missouri liquor
Yeah.
laws. And I'm not, I don't know exactly how the taxes work.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our taxes taken when the barrels leave this building
Oh, yeah.
to make up for the loss of volume from the angel share
Yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah. I think they've changed in Kentucky as well, though, right? I mean, just recently, if I'm not mistaken.
They just passed a law. It's not going to take effect for another 13 years.
Oh, well.
It's going to be a graduated.
Yeah, kind of.
So, in 13 years, when it leaves, is when they get taxed.
Yeah, kind of what
Yeah.
you guys are already at. Because a lot of that tax revenue for them goes to community.
It's schools
Yeah,
and
schools.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah, programs that you can't just cut off.
Yeah.
That's their funding.
Yeah.
Dang it. Well, it just kind of sucks, But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But that's also, to be honest with you, I believe that's why prohibition ended, because they were like, I can make money on this.
Yeah. Well, and also, pretty much every American war we've been in, they've established some kind of whiskey tax or something.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Where's the telecommunications?
Every war has been funded by whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you, to go through the war, you get a drink.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway, yeah, cool stuff. I mean, again, we always find something different and interesting about every distillery we've been to. So, very cool.
And we're, historically a bottled and bond distillery. So up until our hiatus in 1985, we
Yeah.
actually had a gauger, internal revenue officer, who lived on site. He'd have this padlocked each night, and then wake up, unlock them, and then tax us whenever we take
Yep.
barrels out.
Reagan did away with that program.
He did.
So
So,
then it was all by your
And
honor.
why? Why did you do that? Because the guys got.
Well, it was
everything else.
expensive, and
Well, yeah.
it's like, we know you guys are we're gonna make money here and when you sell it
Yeah.
at the liquor store.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
Now it's all.
Oh wait, I gotta take a picture real quick. Just for a second, I know I can probably take the videos of that.
Yeah.
Smell that!
ooh,
That smells not like bourbon. Musty.
See, yep.
It's cool.
It's our ancient cave.
I heard a little bit about this.
So this is the oldest structure on the site. It was built in 1838.
Oh, awesome.
So this and our still house predate the distillery.
Oh, wow.
It's German architecture, and there's documents left that this used to be a cattle operation, so they most likely built the cave to hang and cure meat from these hand-hewn beams that we have in here.
So this architecture, Rathskeller.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just, here, you hold my drink. I'll do it for a while.
No.
Your arm's gotta be pretty tired.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
surprisingly light.
Yeah.
So,
New
this is
camera.
our first time with that camera, and it's
Yeah.
actually light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Germans for their beer would make this arch thing they call it Rathskeller, and so yeah, this is cool.
It's because it stays cool.
Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
refrigeration, obviously, right?
Because they make their beer, they put it down low. Anything 10 feet below ground is 55 degrees all the time. So
Have you guys been to O'Malley's yet?
no.
I highly recommend
Okay.
stopping by there
What is
today.
that?
It is a really old Irish bar, and it's like one of the oldest beer cellars
Oh,
in the U.S. It goes like 3 stories underground,
Oh, cool. Now where's that at? Where are they at?
and it's in Weston here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we're staying in Leavenworth.
Leavenworth, yeah, it's right.
So, okay.
Not far.
Leavenworth. Is that where the prison is?
There's so many Leavenworths. Isn't there a thing
It is
about?
where the prison is, yeah.
I thought that was Leavenworth, Texas, not Leavenworth, Missouri.
Apparently not.
But
So who
isn't
would have
there-
thought Fort Knox was in Kentucky?
I know. Well, but I thought, okay, so we watch Aerial America sometimes on Smithsonian, and I thought, isn't there like a series of like towns called Leavenworth?
Oh, there's yeah.
You know
there's-
that like,
It's like Lebanon. You know, there's
but they were legitimate.
23 Lebanons.
Yeah. Anyway, I know. When
USA.
you watch TV, you learn
Yeah.
a bunch of confusing information. So anyway, this 1838, huh?
Yes.
And so what are these barrels then that are here?
So these are our 1 barrels. They have been deemed one barrel worthy by Kyle. So they go in here. We'll have people come out, taste bourbon from these barrels, and then select one purchase. We actually had a barrel pick today.
Oh,
I think it
cool.
was KC Wines or something.
Oh,
Bought a barrel
neat.
from us.
So do you do store picks here now too, or okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so the whiskey thief.
I can be honest with you. We definitely love the store picks of any bourbon.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you don't love the bourbon that you're chasing, but it's just a step above.
Yes.
That's the bourbon right there.
And then these are some of our experimental stuff. So these are actually French oak, where we've taken a 6-year bourbon out of a barrel and we'll age it, double oak it
Yeah.
for around
Oh,
6 months or so.
We like the double oak.
So what's the plan now for you? You have the bottled and bond, the original. That you
Yes,
like, and
yes.
then that's sweet,
A soft red.
soft red.
Yep.
What's the plans for the next? I don't know, genre, shall we say?
Yeah. Well, I know we plan to have all of our bottled and bond readily available in my
Yeah.
list. And then every few months when we do our normal bottling of our bottled and bond Benn Holladay,
Yeah.
we'll have an experimental barrel
Yeah.
released out here for people to taste and try
Yeah.
as well. So
Nice.
double oaks,
'Cause, I mean, everybody's
different
in the
toasts,
game.
different seasons, different.
Yeah. There's so many different things that people do. Like you said, they have between Larceny and Elijah Craig, and you've got the Wood series of Maker's Mark. All those different seasonal releases. You get the Bookers that are all.
But do you guys
So-
have a long range release? I mean, plan for other products, other.
Yeah. Our signature 10 will be our 10-year.
Okay.
Oh, which
So,
we love 10 years sweet points.
2026, we'll have that ready. And,
Okay.
we might
Nice.
do, who knows, in the meantime, we'll probably have an 8-year release.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda-
Just keep it coming.
Right. Right. Well, like I said, who was it? Was it Elijah Craig just dropped their age statement for the 12-year? Was it? I mean, I don't know what the point is of all that stuff. Again, you get kind of really super geeked out on some of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I think some of it is like, okay, if they're so used to saying that it's a 10 or a 12-year-old, if it's good at 8, why not release it at 8?
Mhm.
But you just got
And
yourself.
that's why they drop it. It's like,
Yeah.
you can't say it's 12 years, but
Yeah.
it's our profile at 12 years.
Yeah.
And when we
That's
get enough
awesome.
stock, they can do it again. I mean, they brought that back and forth.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Notice Eagle Rare was the same way. They couldn't guarantee it was always 10, but
Yeah.
they guaranteed, well, more or less guaranteed the flavor. So,
Yeah. Very cool.
and that's,
So, you know,
The important
things,
thing is how it
but-
tastes.
Yeah. Taste and then you got mark.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Those damn marketers.
at the end of the day, it's about making money. Good bourbon
Yeah.
and making money. So.
So I see TV in a bar. What's this space used for?
Well, we used to watch the video in here. We had like old church pews. So we started the tour in here. So I've been here I started, not long after we started distilling. So for the longest time, we'd be given a bourbon tour with no bourbon for them to taste.
Oh, I was taking pictures of that too.
Now we have like 6 different ones out here. We got our bottle and bond. We have, barrel proof. We have some 1 barrel. So
Very cool. I love it. I love it. So is Kyle kind of a young guy?
younger guy from Master Distiller.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Well, because we met at one of the head distillers just below the master distiller at Bardstown, and he was in the gift shop signing bottles. We're like, who's that guy?
Yeah.
And he was, I don't know, mid-30s maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. So nice. This is the thing. This is the secret.
Yeah,
This is
so
a cool space.
Ben Holladay would age his bourbon here.
Oh.
And then he had that stagecoach toast and that whiskey out west.
But you gotta have, the channels.
Yeah. Now, is there any Holladay lineage family members still involved?
Not with the company, no.
Okay.
It became Chawhan Distilling at the turn of the century. And then it was bought by the Singer brothers.
Okay.
And then we were purchased, bought the McCormick Day in 1942.
It's heavy on money.
Floor 3, 10% from floor 4.
Nice.
We're making a small batch of bourbon. That's around 50 barrels for us. So.
Yeah. Nice. That's good.
And I have
That's way good.
I also
way good, man.
have soft red here. I have and Rick House proof. Both of those
And-
as well.
Oh my gosh, Rick House proof soccer. Okay, so that's Rick House proof. That's what you're just calling. I mean, I never heard it called a Rick House proof before.
Yep.
But,
So
That's your barrel proof?
yeah.
okay, so your Rick House. I was gonna say, what is that? Yeah. These versions of Rick House. It's like, oh, that's 100. These bottle of bonds are 100.
Yeah. Those will always be 100,
Yeah.
and then we'll handwrite the proof on that one because that's always going to be different.
Oh, nice.
It just depends on the batch.
Nice. Sweet. I love it. This is you just poured. Which one did you pour?
I poured our original
okay.
bottle and bond.
That smells so
classic
good.
bourbon.
It smells so
Very
good.
good nose on this one.
That smells really good. Super sweet. No.
No ethanol.
I was gonna say ethanol ethers, whatever. Yeah. That smells so good. I love the color of this too. And I love it when I try something new and it's like, you can see right through it. You're like, oh, this is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Good legs.
I like that. Cause I like 100 proof. That's caramely.
Yeah.
Wait, I got a little bit of heat. Yeah. Good. What am I smelling though? See, I smell a little cherry in there though.
Yeah.
Of course, your nose is all full of
Yeah.
pollen.
The pollen is killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
Me
allergies?
too. Yeah.
No,
But taste buds? Oh.
Yeah.
Butterscotch. Nice viscous. AKA mouthfeel.
That's good.
A little oily. I like that.
I like that too.
Caramely. There's some apple spice or
I feel like
note
there-
in there somewhere.
You think? Yeah. I just smell a little smell cherry. To be honest with you. Again, and I'm with you. Sometimes I have a hard time trying to figure out what is it I'm smelling.
Yeah.
But I can smell the vanilla in it a little bit too.
Vanilla.
Yeah.
You know what I smell is when you grab a cherry and smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we know
Not
that
taste.
the Costco cherries be good. Those are
Oh yeah.
really good. Do you guys have Costco's down here?
We do. Yeah. I'm a big fan. This bar is actually from Dodge City.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dodge City.
Kansas.
Why was I thinking of Iowa?
So, yeah, it's
That's cool.
an old Western saloon bar.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I wondered if that's what that was. There's a lot of old history down in this area, huh?
You know?
Oh, I love.
So we're building the speakeasy.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
never thought of it. We're trying to figure out what to put on the face of the bar, and then we've always said we're just going to have a brass foot bar.
Yeah.
I kind of
I actually like this.
like the
I like this.
I kind of like the wood
The
flat,
ledge on the
yeah.
bottom.
I like that.
Yeah.
But and I go obviously I like the wood. I'm a big wood fan, but
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
that's cool.
so how did this get here? Did someone find it? Did someone send it to you? Did
Yeah.
it just your interior decorator said, hey, this will fit here?
I think I heard it was Mick Harris, our president, acquired it from someplace.
We've got so up in Michigan, there's Iron Fish,
Fish.
and the owner bought a Irish bar. Not the bar building, but the bar. And it was sitting in one of the warehouses when we walked in and toured it. He said, "That's going to be our bar when we finish this blah blah blah." It's like, and this came from, and he was so enamored with that he found it, and he brought it over, and it's like, but it's just boxes. Yeah, we've got pictures of it. It's like you can't see any of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so when's you gonna get this done? So it's another year. Don't rush me.
We gotta move on to the next one. It's usually what we end up doing with our neighbors. Like I said, it's really nice that they were starting to get into bourbon because we just walk home from each other's house. And we don't drink trash, but sometimes it creeps up on you. We're like,
Oh, yeah.
my God. We're like,
We both had to put up floodlights so that we can walk over.
each
Yeah.
other.
It's like all of 20 feet, it's like or
Yeah.
30 feet.
Yeah, for sure. I guess we're gonna do that.
All right. Oh, rear glass. I didn't
Here's
do that.
the soft red.
That's what I really wanted to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I already liked the 6-year. Yeah. Oh, that's got a definitely different nose from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Totally.
A lot sweeter. You plug in your nostril?
Yeah, because I get different smells on.
Only difference is that 1 grain we're substituting. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so much sweeter.
That smells good.
Danny would love that. We have
That's the nephew, though.
the nephew-in-law that actually is allergic to. No, what?
He has a thing called encephalitis, whatever, which. Sorry,
His
that
esophagus
bourbon
closes up.
has some
Yeah.
things.
But he
Nuts.
found out with the wheat,
Weedy
wheat
bourbons,
forward.
yeah.
He doesn't get that.
You know
So
what?
he's been drinking all wheat.
He would like this because there's no heartburn or Kentucky. There's no Missouri hug.
Missouri hug.
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
Missouri.
Missouri
There's no
hug.
Missouri hug. That's what someone told us at the grocery store. It's Missouri. You guys call it Missouri or Missouri?
That's what my grandma calls it.
Missouri.
Yeah.
Okay. She said depends on whether you're. What did she say? I couldn't hear her. But you from Missouri or Missouri? She was selling. She was giving us samples of milk.
Oh yeah.
Shot.
Chateau.
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 That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's mellow.
That's way mellow. This is totally Danny bourbon.
Guys, yeah,
I like this
definitely.
better than that one. It does not sip like 100 proof. It is like, to me,
This is 100?
like yeah,
The 100
it's bottled
proof,
in bar. This is like I would say an 86, wouldn't you? Maybe 86,
Yeah, that's
90.
not 100. That's
so
that's
smooth.
kind of a beginner.
So smooth.
Yeah, those high notes aren't
Yeah.
there. The sharp palate isn't there. The Missouri hug isn't there. But it's a sweet
Missouri
finish.
hug. That's what we learned on the road. A Missouri hug.
Missouri hug.
Yeah, this is good. Not as good as that one, I don't think, from my palate.
I like this
I like the heat.
better than this. However, that's going to be great for when we do our introductory to bourbon tastings, because people will love that because there's nothing bad about it.
No, there's not.
And I like it. I mean,
I just like high proof, like with Booker's 126 and that, you know. But
we've gotten to that point where we like the barrel proofs.
Yeah.
But you know, we're always looking for introductory bourbons.
That's good.
You know, something that first timers will like, and you know, it's a gateway drug.
Great, we can't get any Missouri bourbon now.
We should come back.
And this is, I couldn't agree more. This is great for beginner tasters trying to get more into high proof stuff.
Would you say beginner neat? I don't think I would put that in the cocktail. I mean, it was in your cocktail.
No, because all the nuances would be lost.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I think your old fashioned was good, but you didn't feel the heat like you would put like a Knob Creek in your old fashioned because it's like 120 proof for Knob Creek. That probably holds up better in an old fashioned, I would think.
Yeah.
This is my favorite for the
All right.
The barrel strong.
I love it. I rinsed my glass out. You don't have to get any more.
I like the taste that I'm drinking.
So do you like drink it neat more than anything else?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do too.
Old fashions I really like.
Yeah. 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 I think I'm gonna have to get that for Danny.
we'll have to get two. One for Danny, one for
For us.
our tastings.
For sure.
So this is the same belated as the first one we tried, but this one is 117.9 proof.
It's getting there. That's nice though. That's again not hot. I think this one felt hotter.
Which one are you on?
This one.
Okay, so you're 7 proof higher than the previous
Yeah.
one. Okay.
100, 117. Just swishing it around. So can you
Oh wow.
get? I mean, obviously you can get these all here. Can you get any of these in the liquor stores? Like
These two, yes.
these two? These still are only Texas stuff.
Man, I get caramel.
Only
I
maybe-
get so much caramel off that.
Oh yeah, a lot of flavor with the barrel strength.
That smells really good too. It smells a little perfumey.
Denise, which is our neighbor.
Wait.
This is up our alley.
Maybe.
good.
This is 119. Might be.
Oh, maybe one to go, but this is definitely. Oh, it smells so good.
Do we have to go to Texas?
Yeah.
Again, from what I can smell, because of the damn pollen,
Yeah.
it's
I know.
got a great nose.
You know, I think I just smelled a cinnamon.
And that's this one, right?
Did you?
Yeah.
That's good.
Hopefully I have that feature turned on.
Oh, what?
The product.
What's that mean? Like when you
That
zoom
camera
in?
has a
Oh, yeah.
feature where you can grab something and go like this,
Uh-huh.
and it'll focus. It'll automatically focus on that. I don't know if I have that turned on yet. Yeah, that whole camera's made for vloggers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got, if you're holding the camera and she's talking, it'll focus on her. If I'm talking, it'll focus on me.
Oh, that's really cool.
But will it slow me down?
No, there's no hope for that. But
I did. When we first started doing videos, I was like, oh my god, I knew I talk fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I really do talk fast. Like, can you slow me down? He goes, yeah, if I want the rest of us to be like, I'm like, it's okay as long as I don't look bad.
That makes your voice really deep.
Yeah, right.
does that taste like it smells?
It smells really good though. Again, easy. I won't say easy. You know what? Okay, so I smelled cinnamon. I feel like I have the heat of a cinnamon something or other. I didn't get any heat on this one, the soft red wheat bottled and bond. This to me so far of the three is a much smoother drink. This is from my
that
perspective. Yeah, but that's
This
good.
one's got a little bit sharper notes,
It has some.
but then there's definitely that caramel for me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long, smooth finish.
And baking spices.
Baking spices are definitely there. Yeah, Denise, you got to try that.
She's gonna go, if you bring your bottle home, I will. Or we should try ours. That's a fresh
I'd like to be your guys' neighbors.
We can tell you, we have a problem.
Oh yeah. All right.
But I mean, seriously, our neighbors have a really good collection too for someone who just started.
Yeah.
You know, they have a pretty good collection.
They've got a problem.
We were like, there's no way you're gonna find blends. We both, each of us have probably 10 or 12 blends.
Yeah, this is the beginning stages of the speakeasy.
All right.
Yeah.
That's 3/4 because the other quarter's on the other wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like 3 deep.
Yeah.
Wait, where's
And it's 3 deep.
Where's Benn Holladay in there? He's in there somewhere. I don't know, but yeah, you gotta get up to Indianapolis, Louisville area for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
How far a drive is it to Kentucky from here, do you think?
Oh, it's I'd probably 5.
Probably at least, because we did 3.5 hours from South Bend
It's
yesterday.
about 3 hours to St. Louis.
It's about 5 more from here, so it's about 8. So it probably is a good, I bet it probably 6 hours, 5, 6 hours for you. Yeah. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
family used to drive to Florida.
I hate that.
That's a terrible drive.
I know.
That's like 18 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Us, our friends in Pensacola from South Bend, it's about 13, 14 hours, and we're like, oh my gosh. Have you ever heard of a YouTube called The Whiskey Tribe?
Whiskey Tribe?
Yeah, okay, those guys are awesome. They are, I mean, there's a bunch of buffoonery that goes on, but
Yeah.
Rex and Daniel is, they're all whiskey, not just bourbon, but Daniel's really into, he's a whiskey sommelier. I didn't know there was a
Yes.
thing. I didn't know there was such a thing, but he really likes Scotch, but the other one, they do some buffoonery, but they also do their own crowdsourcing, and they're creating their own bourbon. Although we just read that they had some source bourbon from MGP.
Oh, they started out sourcing everything,
Yeah.
but they were transparent.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
said
yeah,
what
yeah.
it was. But then now they have their own. But
You said something about on the tour MGP Access Zone? What is that?
It's just like an ethanol plant.
Oh, okay.
They used to make vodka for us over there.
Is it
for a while.
related to MGP in Indiana?
I would imagine so.
I would think it
I
would
would
make
think
sense it
so.
would be. Okay. Okay. So anyway, nice. So we got one more, huh?
Stop Red Rick House. This one is 119 proof.
Hi.
oh,
Yeah.
either one.
Is that the wrong one?
Okay.
Oh no,
He ripped them out
they're,
loud.
no, they're both good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was taking one of them away just
Yeah.
because.
Push that one out of the way.
All right.
Just one. Oh wow, brown sugar. Immediately, I got brown sugar.
Yep, caramel.
Smells so good. I think this.
Good
I feel like this
bourbon,
one has the best smell.
And this is.
It's definitely different.
Yeah. Do you get different things? Do you try this every day, basically, because on your tours, or?
I mean, at least 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
tours done.
Yeah.
And even like batch to batch, there can be subtle differences.
Yeah.
Let me just see if I can.
So this one's 119.
So like this is January,
Yeah.
and you can just see how that barrel selection is always changing.
I love how you guys do that. That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
this
we
is the
love
geek, it's the
metrics.
geek part of that.
It is, yeah.
It really is.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Going back to metrics. So computer science, right?
Yeah,
That was your
yeah.
major.
Uh-huh.
So did you end up ever going into programming or computer field?
A little bit. My friend
Because
started.
that's my background.
My friend started an automation company.
Ah.
So I did. I've been working with UiPath a little bit.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm. Well, other than that, not really. You know.
What's your specialty?
Well, in school I did a lot of like object-oriented programming and like C++. A little bit of like web stuff here and there, but other than that,
What do you like to program?
just random stuff.
Yeah.
I just like thinking, creatively,
Yeah. Database type
and
stuff.
certain stuff is like just really satisfying if you
Yeah.
really figure something out and been stuck on a long time.
Yeah.
So I like that whole aspect of it. I like being out a lot more. I don't think I'd like being in a desk job.
Well, that's what.
So,
Well, yeah.
Again, how we kind of started, we had a manufacturing software program. We would resell another program for the automation of, it was CAD/CAM and shop automation. So we'd sell their product, but then their product would do a certain thing, and then the customer would always say, you know, I wish I had a program to do this or this. So then we started doing a lot of database development to fix that and marry it with what we were selling and marry it with what they had in place from, you know, their MRP system. So that's our background, and then we just kind of grab, you know, we've written plastic extrusion MRPs, foam cutting MRPs. I mean, just because of her accounting background, my programming and manufacturing background. So, and then, so 20 some years ago, I had a customer and I wrote their MRP system for them. She works for that company now. As their controller. So now she's bringing me back in and saying, I need these reports and this data from you. It's like,
What were we thinking 25 years ago when we wrote that, you know? And it freaks us out when we say 25 years ago. We're like, are you serious? We did 25 years ago? Yeah. But this is, I mean, I can see, like, you're a tour guide here, and I mean, I can see the level of this. Like, it would be hard to do a behind the desk job. Like, we do that, and we do that. We don't, you know, but this is what's fun. So, are you involved in any of the, so you're involved with the IT type of side of things and database type stuff here, or?
Not really, except I do some website stuff, like web development.
Well, I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, we were talking about doing some e-commerce stuff. Like, in fact, where we're from is the RV capital of the world, so we serve that industry. And of course, right now it's staying in the tank. But we're trying to be diverse.
RVs are always, literally always that.
Yeah. But it's like, okay, well, we need to do an e-commerce site. You know, let's just implement Shopify. It's already built. We don't have to do that kind of stuff, you know. So, I mean, it's social. Where it's at is social media marketing, you know, and all that. So, if we don't do that, if we don't bring young people like you in part of that, I don't know. We get super jazzed by, as you know, photography is the thing. We got out of the software business. I'm still in accounting, but this is
I'm
the fun
semi-retired into photography.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her semi-retired into photography, but
photography, I think, is something I could, you know, go down a big rabbit hole.
Do you think? That's fun. Yeah.
it's just
Stuff like that.
literally.
But that's your generation, isn't it? I mean, it really is that whole. Yeah. Bourbon, programming, all the good stuff. What is that?
This is some dessert. We got our 5
That's what we
bars
keep
Irish
seeing.
cream.
Before we go on to that, what do you think of all four?
So how do you rank them?
Including that.
How do you rank them?
And the reason I did what did I did these. So these are the wheats, and this is So it's this group and that group.
Oh, that's your ranking, huh?
No, not my ranking. I'm just saying these are the bottle and bonds, and these are
these are bottle and bonds. Those are wheat. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't you rank them? Where's your ranking? I'll tell you exactly what mine is.
I've got mine ranked in my head. I think.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So I'm
Wishy-washy. Make a decision.
debating about this last one.
Oh, you want me to go first then?
Yeah.
All right. Here's my number. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is mine. Wait, I have a picture of that. I love it. What's yours at, Alec?
So my favorite is this one.
Number 1. Okay.
My second favorite is that one.
2. Okay.
These ones, I'm not so sure. I think I'm going to go 3 or 4.
There you go. Valid. All right. Nice. All right, Mitchell.
All right. So in order of taste gonna like this.
That's your number one?
Definitely like that one. Like that one. I think this one was my favorite. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Only because this one was so much softer.
It's a daily drinker right there for me.
Yeah. And I would, yeah, this is the gravitation I would do. I would drink all of these every day.
I would too.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
I
this
go
is
back
the
and
one-
forth sometimes. Like sometimes the weed's tasting better to me. Sometimes the rye.
This is the one I would give, like, Mrs. Rowe.
Yeah, I would give that to
Yeah,
my
Mrs.
friends.
Rowe.
This is
Yeah.
Danny.
I find the
Denise.
other one a bit
Yeah,
more.
Danny and
interesting.
Denise. Yeah.
Like I think this one's a little more interesting
Yeah.
than this one, but I mean.
Yeah, this one hits all of the buttons. This one hits we like the high peaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one hits all the middle of the grounds.
Mhm.
This one is, it's like, here, try this.
This?
Yeah. I think I would, for our bourbon people that we like, I shouldn't say like, but bourbon people that, are bourbon connoisseurs, I'd say, here, try that one.
How does he even
See what
track
you-
that? I mean, bourbon people that we like versus the bourbon people that we don't like.
We have some bourbon people we don't like.
We do.
Yeah,
No,
some
don't mention
snobs,
that. Don't mention that.
you know.
Anyway. Okay. So,
All right. So we are on to
So do I see
this
I
one.
see this in liquor stores, right?
Yeah.
I look at that and I go, what is that? I get sucked into like how beautiful the bottles are and stuff.
It's a really cool bottle.
That's why we always notice it.
Yeah. But
So-
we're like, oh, it's Irish. Is it Irish cream?
It's Irish cream. We have our McCormick Irish cream. Mick Harris, our president, wanted to put a more authentic cream on the market. So we signed a contract with 5 family-run dairy farms in County Cork, all grass-fed cattle. And within 2 days of milking the cows, they get the cream cut to a single batch, deliver it to Middleton Distillery on Fridays. They mix it with Irish whiskey and then send it back to us.
Okay.
So true farm-to-table Irish cream. It's got more Irish whiskey in it than any other Irish cream on the market.
Like I don't even know. Do they typically have an Irish cream? I mean, I don't know. I know a bourbon cream. I didn't know anything about Irish cream.
Yeah, so same idea. It's Irish whiskey and cream.
That's good. That's really good. Yeah.
And this got a 97 rating at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge in San Francisco in 2018.
San Francisco is the place to go, right? To get all the.
Well, yeah,
It's
it's
super.
the bigger
This is gonna be
yeah.
super sweet. I knew it's only what 34 proof. Because 17.
It's not like the Ascot Awards.
Super rich, very butterscotchy. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
This is about like as much as I want though for super sweet stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like a dry red girl, so on wine.
I feel yeah. I'm the same way.
Oh, that's good. That is so up your alley. That's really. I taste coffee. I taste Irish coffee. I mean
That
Irish
is-
whiskey, and I mean the cream.
That is everything to me.
That is so you. We are so buying that for you when you get home. We've never tried that. I mean, it makes me go, ooh, that's so sweet.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's still going. That's good.
That used that tallow like.
That's way too sweet for me, but it's good. I mean, you know what? For just to have after dinner drink with just something like that, it's perfect.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I would not mix it with. I would say that's better than the bourbon creams, any of the bourbon creams that we've ever had. Would you not say that?
No, I will say that.
Yeah.
That is definitely. And we've tried a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is my number one Buffalo
That's
Cream-
good.
or
That's really good.
bourbon cream.
And I feel like even though it's sweet, it's not. I feel like the bourbon cream ones are much sweeter. That's. I mean, I would definitely pick that one over Irish or bourbon cream any day. That's good.
Well, I have a cream.
I mean, it's
products
super
have
sweet.
That, have
Still
that
super sweet.
specific taste profile. And this one has more of not that to me anyway.
Is there a big Irish cream liqueur market? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah, especially in like Wisconsin, it's huge up
Of
there.
course. Okay.
Love their cream.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good seller here.
Yeah. I mean, when they order out, do they drink it like in this kind of, or do they put it over ice or something? I mean, I think that's perfect. That's a perfect portion for me.
Yeah, I typically just keep it really cold.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah.
So.
That's good.
Okay, so who makes this? Because I'm reading this.
Yes. Yeah.
They make it for Holladay, or they make it for McCormick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I listen to you.
Imported by. Okay.
I'm just kidding. What? Sorry. No, so okay, so now we have to buy these things. I already have.
We already have that.
Already have
So these
this
three we have to buy.
I need 3 of these for us,
Okay.
1 of
And-
these for Danny, and 1 for Denise.
Denise can get her own.
What's what she's doing? She has people.
Oh yeah, she has people. Us. Love you, Denise. All right.
Right?
Oh no.
Do.
So basically.
How many of these would you like?
Looks like I need only 1 of these.
Okay.
Only 1 of these and 2 of these. So it should be total 5. There's a guy I worked with that she's not a drinker, but she definitely liked the tequila rose. I'll have to tell her I went to this and makes that.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's take a